Hello my darlings, my name is Victoria and this is Veritas Tarot. Sagittarius, I'm going to be doing your soulmate reading for you for September, and in honour of the harvest moon this month and Mother Nature, I'm going to be using three different decks, all with animals. I'm using my lovely new Spirit Song Tarot, which is just lovely, beautiful. I'm very excited about using this. Followed by, to clarify the spread, the Animal Tarot cards, and then at the end I'm going to be using the Animal Kin Oracle for you. And Sagittarius, I'm going to be looking at what's in your head space, in your heart space, what's in your soulmate's head and heart space. I'm going to be looking at their intentions towards you and pull some advice from Spirit as well. And then, as I said, I'm going to clarify the deck and then do some Oracle cards. If it resonates, I would be very grateful if you would comment, like, share and subscribe. If it doesn't resonate, please don't try and make it fit. It just simply wasn't for you, this reading. And there will always be a reading at exactly the right time that you need to hear it. There are so many fabulous readers on YouTube. So let's move on with the reading, Sagittarius. Let's see what is in your headspace at the moment. Well, those three cards just flew out, but I'm going to just take the one card if it comes out. Thank you. One or two cards. Thank you, Spirit. There we go. So you have got 20, Awakening. How beautiful is that? So this is represented here by the peacock, and this is the Judgment card. So the Judgment card is very much about you've had a symbolic ending, and this is a chance, this is a rebirth, could be a reconciliation with your soulmate. But it's something that's destined, it's something that's been divinely protected as well. And, you know, the peacock, it also talks about resurrection. The peacock also with the third eye, with the feathers, they represent that third eye, they represent that intuition, that you're trusting your soul, you're trusting your intuition as well. And it's also, with this card, it's about you shedding, letting go of sort of old ways of thinking, and you now have a new way of thinking. There may have been old conditioned behaviours and things that you've learned and grown from experiences that you have had, and you've stepped into the beauty of who you are now. I think in the past you may have lost yourself in a relationship or relationships, and through the transformation that you have gone through, you found yourself again, and you know that, you know, yourself is the most important. You're the only person you spend every second of your life with, and I think you've got to know yourself, and you are extremely beautiful inside and out, and people are very aware of you. You have a presence as well, and you have, you know, with this third eye, with your intuition, with your soul, you have this vision. You know, you can see, you have a knowing, and when you're very aware you have a knowing, it's a real gift, you understand, from God. We all have that knowing, but it's when you're actually very aware it's a knowing, and you might not know how you know it, but you know things. So, and this has really been a time for inner development for you. The card itself says renewal and enlightenment. So this is just beautiful. And I think also, thank you, Spirit, you're having dreams at the moment too. And, you know, when we're in that dream state, it's when our conscious and subconscious is very, the veil between it is thinnest. And I think you're very aware of your dreams and what they might be meaning for you at this time. So what a lovely start to have an awakening card. You've gone through, you've been on a real journey, Sagittarius. So, and also what's just popped out, as I was saying that, was the Sun card. I'm going to put it back into the deck, but the Sun card is obviously that happiest card in the deck, and it's represented here by the little hummingbird, and it's about you've got the hummingbird fly backwards, so it's about you having sort of fond memories and memories of the past, and the future is bright. You've gone through this enlightenment stage and the future is bright. What is it? It says vitality and joy on that card. And I'm going to put that back in the deck, and we're going to see now what's in your heart space for your soulmate, Sagittarius. Thank you, Spirit. One or two cards. There we go. Ooh, that was a little bit too many. One or two cards, please. Thank you. You've got the Queen of Cups, who is represented here by the seal, the Queen of Shells. So the Queen of Cups is very much where you have, you yourself have got to through this awakening. The Queen of Cups is somebody who has learnt self-love and self-worth, and she doesn't give her cup away just like that. She's very protective and has healthy boundaries, and she's been on a journey. She's incredibly giving, she's incredibly loving, she is empathic, she's a nurturer, has motherly instincts. Everything about the Queen of Cups is an extraordinary loving energy. And the seal here, you know, seals represent that deep wisdom and that deep love. And they have, as which is so lovely here because of the awakening card, seals represent that deep inner wisdom that we have, that deep knowing that we have. So it's so lovely to see that straight after I've said that. And seals, kind of the way they sort of swim with the ebb and tide, so they kind of go with the flow. So you're not overwhelmed by your emotions anymore. I think whenever you're in a situation, you don't get overwhelmed by emotion. You can actually look at it and appreciate the feelings, but you're not overwhelmed by things. And I think in relation to your soulmate, you have a lot of love for them, but equally you respect your boundaries and your self-love, and you have very fond memories of them as well. And just when I say memories, it could be very much there in your life, but whenever you think about them, it is with a great deal of love. I feel that you want to, there is things there that you want to fix with them. Seals represent being a natural healer as well, but it's a reminder for you that you can't fix others, you can only heal yourself. And in doing so, when you shift your energy, then it helps people around you as well. So I feel that you want to be able to, if there is things that you are worried about with your soulmate, that you want to be able to help them, but they have to learn through their own experiences. And the other thing is that love is driving your actions with this seal. Love is driving your actions with your soulmate. So well done you, because you're acting from that heart space, you're acting from that soul space with your soulmate. And if I look at these two cards, the seal is looking back at the peacock here. So you're very focused at this time, although you have an awful lot of love for your soulmate, you're focusing on you, you're focusing on your shifting and changing, your evolvement and your transformation. So that's just beautiful. So let's have a look at what's in your soulmate's headspace at the moment. Thank you, Spirit. Well, that flew out. So this is in their headspace for you. You've got the hare, which is representing the Empress. So they have a huge amount of, I'm going to say, respect for you. They very much see you as somebody who has, well, the hare represents being a great catch. In medieval times, it's very difficult to catch a hare, so the hare represents, first of all, being a great catch. You don't get to be the Empress unless you've gone through this extraordinary awakening, because this is about coming back to yourself and unpeeling those onion layers and understanding what makes you tick, understanding why you, what maybe you have as conditioned behaviours that has triggered things in you for a long time. And as I said, you've come to that extraordinary place of self-love, and you are manifesting consciously as well. You're in a space of receiving. You know you don't have to go and chase after things, because you know that the universe will always bring to you what is meant to come to you at the right time for you in that same vibration. And the Empress is amazing. So well done you. So this is how they see you. It's, you know, there is the two words here as well are beauty and abundance. They're very aware of you as well. They're watching you. The hares are born with their eyes open, and but they don't run the hares in fear. They kind of wait and watch. So there is a little bit of nervousness there with them, but they're not bounding off, if you understand what I mean. And they see that you have released burdens as well, you know, as I said, from going through this awakening and moving into this Empress stage. And you are going through a period of growth and abundance, and you have an expectation of things working out for you. So this is how they see you in the headspace, which is really lovely. Let's have a look at what's in their heart space for you. Thank you, Spirit. One card, please. Too many cards again. Just one card. Thank you, Spirit. There we go. That's the one. So you have the Ace of Feathers, which is the Ace of Swords. So if you have a question in your mind right now, Sagittarius, the answer is yes from the universe. This is my yes card from the universe. In their heart space, I think they've had an aha moment. This is where it's saying here, mental clarity and foundation, okay? So the Ace of Swords represents literally having that kind of realizing, that aha moment, realizing how much, knowing how much they feel for you as this Empress. It's that gift from God. You know, maybe they've had a lot of signs and synchronicities. I don't know what your journey is with your soulmate, but they've obviously had to go through contrast to get to this Ace of Swords. They've had to know what they don't want in order to know what they do want. And the goat here is a sure-footed guide. So they've very much been guided by their spirits, guided by their spirit guides. You know, the goat directs you to sort of expand your horizons, to go higher and higher and higher, but being sure-footed at the same time. And it's, you know, it's being whilst remaining very grounded. So I think they have been on a journey, you know, because goats tend to live in mountains. So they've been on this journey, and I think they've come to just realize quite abruptly almost that this is what they want. You're their Empress, and you have been focusing on your self-love and your self-worth. They're very much recognizing it. They've very much been aware of you. I mean, if I want to just point out here again, although the hair is sort of looking away here, do you see how his ears are kind of up high and his eyes are almost sort of looking back at you, focusing on your awakening? So put my light back on again. So very, very lovely. Okay, so now let's see, what are their intentions towards you, Sagittarius? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. There we go. You've got the Lover's card. So I am getting immediately that there are choices they are making. And they're being torn between fear and love at this time, because immediately when I see the wolves, okay, I know wolves, there's so the beautiful story that there are two wolves inside us, the love wolf, the soul wolf, and the fear wolf. And the wolf that leads the pack is the wolf you feed. So I think there is there's a choice they need to make, and they are in this space of going through that choice, and are they being guided by fear or by love at the moment? They see you as the Empress. They've got clarity in their heart. You know, with this Ace of Swords, maybe there have been things that have happened with you in the past that make them nervous about coming forward. But what's so beautiful about the wolf in this Lover's card is that wolves are fiercely loyal. There's a real connection between you, and they have a real loyalty to you. I think they've always been very, even if you've gone through a period of not speaking, they've always been very protective of you, very loyal to you. I would suppose if anybody, you know, was speaking about you, they've always been very, very loyal to you. And the other thing about the wolf here that represents, it's about trusting in that power of love. So I do believe that their soul wolf, their love wolf, is leading the pack now, has sort of taken over, because they're listening to that wolf, they're listening, and they're being guided by that. And they're very passionate. They also like to live life with passion. So you know, they may decide to rush in when they do get brave enough to do this. But the wolf it's about commitment as well. But they're reevaluating at the moment. You know, maybe choices they've made in the past, but also choices they can now make in the future. So that's lovely. Just seeing if I can see anything else in that card. Thank you. I see the moon here as well, and the sun coming out from behind the cloud. So there have been things unsaid. The moon represents the fear, and the sun represents the happiness, the love. So it's those two walls. But you see, they're actually heading towards the sun, and it's coming out from behind the clouds. So they've gone through some darker, greyer times. And I think that's when I talk about contrast, things that they've had to go through in order to understand what they do want. They've also had to go through what they don't want to appreciate that. So let's see Spirit's advice for you at this time. Thank you, Spirit. That wanted to come out, but I didn't quite. There we go. Ace of Cups. Look at this, absolutely beautiful. So Spirit is saying there is a whole new cycle coming in for you, my darling, and it's coming because you've gone through this awakening, and you're now this Queen of Cups, and you're the Empress, of course. So you've now got the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Cups. So this is a love reading. The cups represent love. So for me, this is immediately saying that this is a yes for you with regards to your soulmate. The Ace of Cups represents happiness. It's the start of the new cycle leading to abundance as well. And the turtles here, let me just see, you've got, I mean, it's beautiful with the shell as well. The Ace of Cups also is about, you know, as I said, you don't get to that new stage because the cups are sort of overflowing, and you've gone through a very emotional time to get there. But thank you, Spirit. The Ace of Cups comes in at the natural place. You know, turtles again go with that beautiful flow. They go where they're meant to go at the right time. They're meant to go, and it's about you trusting. Thank you, Spirit. It's about you trusting your inner vision, trusting your inner knowing on this. You know you've gone through this awakening. Your third eye is completely open, and you know that this new cycle is about to happen. So it's about you having maybe a little bit of patience and understanding that this cycle will happen at exactly the right time for you, guided by Spirit. So, well, that was a beautiful first part of the reading. Now I'm going to use the Animal Tarot cards, which are slightly different. They do have words on the front, which I also will read to you along with my interpretation. So let's first of all clarify, go a little deeper on the Awakening card. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you very much. Thank you. What have you got here? So yes, you've got the seven. You've got the Seven of Winter and the Dreamer. So the Seven of Winter is the Seven of Swords. And so you have gone through this transformation, this awakening, because of something that you went through, something deceptive that happened around you, something that happened abruptly, and something that left you with a great deal of hurt. And that's been what has come in. Everything happens for us, not to us, and I think you now understand this, however difficult this time has been. You know, it's when we go through those darker periods that we're at our most transformative, and so you've definitely gone through that, represented here by the Seven of Winter, and you yourself have had contrasts. Do you see here the black and white of the magpie is representing you've had to go through what you don't want in order to understand what you do want. And magpies also, for me, represent about letting go, and you have let go to go through this transformation, whatever's happened in the past. And I'm going to read what the magpie card says too. Caution will help you avoid the loss of valuables, including non-material resources such as time or peace of mind. Be aware of the results of your actions as well as what others might be doing behind your back. So this is what this was in the past. This is the deeper meaning of the transformation card, the judgment card. So this is what you went through. But I want to say something at this time, you know, and having gone through this transformation, I'm sure you understand this, that people don't hurt you intentionally. People see life through their own lens of life, and if they are in a place of pain, it's a very cloudy lens of life, and therefore they transfer how they're feeling onto others. And so if whoever you were with in the past did something, it's because the universe wanted them to relearn a lesson, to re-go through a cycle to learn. And sometimes soulmates come in simply to trigger us so deeply that we do transform, we do shift and change, we do evolve. And that may be the only reason that soulmate came into our lives. It may be other reasons, but only you know in this reading. Whoever's coming in for you, I believe this is somebody new, because you've got these two aces, not just the one, but they've also been on a journey. They've also been on a journey. And what Spirit's also saying to me is, remember not to attach, you've gone through this huge healing time, and if this is somebody new coming in, they're coming in because they're matching who you are now, your vibration now. And therefore, do trust in the universe. You've got two aces from the universe. You've got two absolute God-given new beginning starts coming in for you, and it is given by God. It is given by the universe. So do trust this. And you've also got the Dreamer. Now this is the Fool card in the traditional tarot, and so this is what's so lovely. Spirit is saying, you've gone through this cycle, you've gone through this awakening. Now let go and let God. Take this leap of faith. If the soulmate is, you are aware who they are right now, and you've just got that little wobble about them, don't. Let go and let God. Take that leap of faith. Have trust and faith. Have faith over fear. Because whoever they are coming in, they may have some choices at the moment, but that's just a natural thing. Maybe they're going through, maybe it's just the choice. Maybe there isn't anybody else around. Maybe it's just them in that same space as you, having that choice between love and fear. Do they also go for this? So I want to read what the Dreamer says. And it's the shepherd puppy. You are starting a new adventure. Run free and take a leap of faith. Look at the butterflies here as well. And it's about being in that moment. The puppy is always happy and playful. And look, there's their little bag of spiritual knowledge, untapped spiritual knowledge that you're going to be learning along your way with this journey. So, and your journey's, you see with all these trees here as well, your journey has been very guided along the way, a sort of straight path. And this river represents that sort of going with the flow as well. Make a splash, but also going with the flow. It's about just taking it in that universal flow. This is gorgeous, darling, whoever this reading is for. Okay, so now we're going to look at the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Shells. Thank you, Spirit. There we go. So you have got the King of Summer. So this is quite amusing, because this is the Queen and King of Cups together. So you are matching your soulmate. Okay, you have consciously manifested whoever this is coming in for you, and they have the same feelings as you. And what I love about this reading is that I'm feeling that you want for them what they want for them, and vice versa. They want for you what you want for you, which is a very happy, balanced relationship. So, and thank you, Spirit. I remember I said that they've gone through something themselves to get to this place. This is what these mountains represent, these sort of symbolic endings. They've come through. They may have children, your soulmate, but they have a very nurturing side as well to them. And they want to be your king. They want to be the one that nurtures you and looks after you. And this is what's so beautiful. The King of Summer, with this card, it says warm-hearted, devoted, loving and faithful. A trustworthy person or relationship enters your life. You may receive wise and compassionate advice from someone who speaks directly from the heart. Sagittarius, this is so lovely. I'd love to hear if anybody is resonating with this reading, because this is just gorgeous. Gorgeousness, absolutely fabulous. So now let's look at the Empress. This is how, that you are in their headspace. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. There we are. The Ten of Autumn, which is the Ten of Pentacles. So this is again, the happy, abundant, gorgeous, happy ever after card. This is the 10 of Autumn. It's represented by the Golden Retriever dog, who is also, you know, incredibly faithful and incredibly loving. And look at the children again, you know, the puppies around too. This is to clarify the Empress. They know that you are something hugely important to them. Somebody they want to commit with, somebody they want to have children with, or if you've already both got children, to combine into one great big huge happy family. Let me look at what the card says. This is the Golden Retriever dog. Contentment comes from knowing that your finances are secure and your family's material needs are taken care of. It's important to honour traditions and have pride in your heritage and the accomplishments of your ancestors. So that's very beautiful. I feel with that as well, that you may come from slightly different backgrounds, and you both obviously honour the backgrounds that you've come from too, and you may have lots of lovely sort of traditions that you do, maybe at Christmas and in Easter and things like that, and all of those are very important to both of you. But I really feel that you're coming together with children. For many of you, you're coming together with children, and you're bringing in, you're combining all those lovely things that you've done separately as parents. So let's have a look here. This is the Ace of Feathers. This is in their heart space for you. I think it's not that they also just had an aha moment, but I also think that you've kind of met. You've kind of met, and it's been a wham, this extraordinary feeling between you, because of course you were destined to meet. But let's see, the Ace of Feathers. You've got the Four of Swords. Sorry, the Four of Swords, the Four of Cups here. So the Four of Cups here is, you know, the traditional tarot. They have, yes, thank you, Spirit. They've gone through a place of being quite despondent about life, I feel. You know, they had gone through a place of looking at their past and what's happened, looking at their present and feeling unhappy and lack of, and looking at their future and feeling fear. And but during this time, of course, this Ace of Cups was offered to them, and that's what the Four of Cups represents. And you know, they have suddenly realized, they have kind of gone, oh my God, this is my soulmate. This is who's I'm meant to be in my life. I'm looking here, I'm reading, my eyes are drawn to the bumblebee, and I'm seeing that as community as well. And bless them, bumblebees. We all love bumblebees, and you know, we love them so much. We'd offer them the keys to our car if we could now. So the bumblebees are very much about commitment. They're about family. They're about working as a team, but they're also about doing things quietly, not looking for accolades, and just being incredibly hardworking. And it's also here the tortoise and the hare. So it's very interesting. We've got a tortoise and a hare in this reading. The tortoise and the hare story is that the tortoise wins the race. There's a tortoise and hare race, and the tortoise wins the race because he takes it slowly and calmly, and things happen to the hare. So this is, for me, saying that your soulmate would like to take things slowly. They don't want to rush into anything, but that's exactly as it should be, at a natural pace. And you know that too. You know that too. You're the Empress. You've gone through awakening. You both don't want to rush this. However mind-blowing it's been in terms of having met, it's about taking it at its natural pace. And I'm also going to read what it says on the card too, which is the other reason on the card. Your responsibilities may distract you from noticing all the gifts that God is presenting to you. Be open to investigating opportunities that come your way. Yes, so they have had, as I said, a period of time where, as that little bumblebee was busy doing their thing. But they've had this Ace of Swords. And on that mountain path, on that trudge that they've been doing, they got more and more grounded. They went through more and more healing. And you have appeared. You have appeared, and so they've had, you were given to them, and they were given to you at exactly the right time. Okay, so now let's look at the Lover's card, the Love card, and see what Spirit has to say. There we go, that flew out. So you've got the Prince of Winter and the Ten of Winter. So this is the Knight of Swords, and this is the Ten of Swords. So they have, this is why they're in this space of the fear wolf or the love wolf. They've come through something quite huge, and if this is resonating with you, I think you're very aware of it, because the Ten of Winter, you know, represents that end of that cycle of a very difficult time. You know, winter is also, it's that sort of, you go through that sort of cold period as well, but you know, during that time you can have that pure thought, you know, that clearness, that pure thought as well. So let's see what it says. You've got here the Siberian Husky Dog. The end of a career path, project or relationship brings feelings of mixed joy and sadness, relief and disappointment. Put aside your fears about these changes and trust that a brighter future awaits. So what I'm getting with this is they are still healing. And this is why you have got this new cycle with them, but be patient, because they still may need their garden shed moments and time, because what you don't want to happen is for any conditioned behaviours that they haven't healed from, for them to bring into this relationship with you. And so this is why they are in that sort of wolf, should I move forward, should I not move forward? They absolutely know that you are this dream come true. But they have a fear about it, because I feel they've still got some self-love and self-worth healing to do, and understanding why what happened to them happened in the past. And you've got here as well this Prince of Winter, which is this Knight of Swords. They do want to, this is in the no intentions towards you, they want to rush in. There is a nervousness there. They want to rush in with you. But they're just nervous. That fear wolf is just going, no. So this is what it says. It's the thoroughbred horse, which is rather lovely to see. Okay. And interesting, you know, thoroughbred horses tend to race. So although they want to take things slowly, they've also got this horse that wants to rush forward. So they're kind of not quite sure what to do at the moment. Thoroughbred horse, get ready for progress to speed up. This situation requires you to choose logic and intellect over emotion and make decisions quickly. Now that's very interesting, because I feel with this, they feel that they might lose you if they don't get a move on. And what I'm going to say to you is that if you know this is your soulmate, give them all the time in the world, my darling. Give them all the time in the world. Hold the space for them. You keep focusing on your self-love. You know about letting go of control and letting the universe step in as much as you possibly can, because that's the divine order of things, and that's when you put up the walls of least resistance. So don't put the pressure on them. Let them come to you at exactly the right time, and let them talk to you emotionally at exactly the right time, because when it's the right time for them, it's the right time for you. And in the meantime, you're busy just being wonderful you. And you understand, you do understand this. Let's look at the Ace of Shells. And as I said all of that, I was just glanced down and I saw another Judgment card, Renewal. So this is beautiful. Okay, so Ace of Shells, Ace of Cups, please, Spirit. Thank you. One card, please. Thank you. There we go. Those can go back in. You've got two. All right. So you've got the Giraffe, 12, Awakening, which is just lovely. And this Awakening card is actually the Hangman. All right, so it's about seeing things from a new perspective. And you've also, again, got the Empress. So this is a reminder from you, from Spirit. Well done. Congratulations. Fabulous, fabulous job. You have done so much healing and so much growing. And so it's a reminder from Spirit about that. And a reminder, being the Empress, you know that there is to let go and let God. And the Empress here is a gorgeous Angora rabbit. Okay, and there is the water behind, about going with the flow. There is the butterfly, about the transformation as well. the birds in the sky. You've got the little, just seeing there, the little tiny new cycle of the moon coming in, which is lovely. And it says, time to hop into action. Use your natural creativity to bring forth prosperity and success in your life. So if there's anything as well with this Ace of Cups that you want to do for you, okay, because the Ace of Cups also represents your self-love, then do it. Do it. Anything that excites you, this is your life path, this is what you're being guided to do. If you are doing it already, well done, fantastic. If you know what you want to do, fantastic again. And if you haven't yet met your soulmate, they may come in as part of that. And if you have, it's part of your journey with them. So that is lovely. And you've also then got this awakening card, this 12 card, which is that hangman, the giraffe. So the giraffe is about seeing things, well, the hangman is about seeing things from a different perspective, hanging upside down. And interestingly enough, the giraffe is about seeing things from your higher self. So upside down, higher self, as above, down below, same thing. So I feel that you know them already, because I think you're going through not just that awakening and that transformation, but you're thinking long and hard about this relationship. And it's about the release of all those conditioned behaviors. But you know, the hangman it's quite a deep reflective time, but it's also a period of time the universe has given you just to hang out. And you know, you always get a break from the end of an old cycle and the beginning of a new cycle, and the universe will always give you that time of reflection. I'm surprised that the World card hasn't come out here as well, because that's the same sort of thing. And again, the hangman, well, the draft card here says, look at things in a different way and all will make sense. Don't worry if your progress is halted temporarily, things will soon start moving again. So just comes back to let it happen at the right time. Let go, let God. You've learned so much patience along the way, and Sagittariuses aren't very good at being patient. That's why we've been given the Temperance card. But you have, and I think this is a really gorgeous, lovely reading. I'm going to do your oracle card for you. And as I pulled up the deck, one stayed behind, and it was the owl, intuition. So I'm going to leave that there because Spirit wanted me to pick that up. You know, my darling, you know. So let's have a look. Cards for Sagittarius that wanted to come out. How wonderful. You've got transformation with a snake and dragonfly, imagination. So I'm going to talk about the snake first. You know the snakes represent transformation. They represent rebirth. The snake sheds his skin. But snakes also can't hear. They have no ears, so it's all about seeing. And what I'm getting with that you understand about the surprises and delights of the universe, the signs and synchronicities as well. People say seeing is believing. You actually believing is seeing, and I think that's where you've come through. So this has been an extraordinary transformational journey for you. Dragonfly, imagination. And dragonflies, do they fly backwards on memories and things? But dragonflies are very much, they're also guided by the light. I am being told you've got, whoever this resonating with, you've also got dragon guides. We all have kind of dragon guides. So if you're very grounded, you're having elemental guides around you as well. But it's about, you remember we talked about this Ace of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Whatever you're visualizing at the moment, whatever you're imagining, you're doing it from that wonderful place of being grateful and happy and joyful, and you are creating your own reality at the moment, and well done you. But it's also about imagining not just what you want, but also those things that you're very passionate and creative about. Okay, so don't be scared to step forward. The universe will always shift and change you all the time, and if we remained in our comfortable space the whole time, we wouldn't shift and change. So on the bottom of the deck you had the alpaca, curiosity. So eyes open, be aware, see what comes in, expect the unexpected. You've got a beautiful, amazing new start, new cycle coming in for you, Sagittarius, and well done you. You've worked extremely hard, and whoever this is coming in, they're wonderful, and you've got, yeah, Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, awakening, the Fool card, the King and Queen of Cups. The whole thing's wonderful. Well done, Sagittarius. I love doing that reading for you, and I look forward. I shall be starting your weekly readings, not this weekend, next weekend. I may do a Soulmates and Separation reading on Sunday, just as one reading, but otherwise I'll be doing your weekly readings from next weekend, and I hope to catch up with you then. If not, have a lovely September, and I'll catch up with you when I do your October readings later on. Take care, my darlings. Bye-bye.